Now that's what I call a cat fight. Did somebody steal your boyfriend? Why are they fighting? They must have worn the same dress to the after party. It's Dead or Alive Dimensions, and it's nice to see the ladies fighting instead of just playing beach volleyball.
Suffer.
Lady, you can take that whack back to 1996, which is where this series began, and now it returns. The way that it started, like a fighting game. This time on the Nintendo 3DS. Sadly, I don't think this game is getting a Sega Saturn or Dreamcast release, which is where so many of us played the Dead or Alive fighting games. The Dreamcast is still alive! I should know, I have 3 of them. And when I play them all at once, I get 3D, 3 Dreamcasts. Dead or Alive Dimensions only gives you 3D in the 3-dimensional depth perspective kind of way. Raise your hand if you'd rather have 3 Dreamcasts. Yeah, I thought so, but the game is really good. Whether you play it with the 3D effect on or off, Dead or Alive Dimensions is a kick-ass fighting game on the Nintendo 3DS. The Dead or Alive name has been besmirched with a series of softcore porn beach volleyball games that have really cheapened this series, but they probably made them 10 times as much money. Who knows? What's important is that this Dead or Alive game is a fighting game that's quick, responsive, nimble, and most importantly, fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest fighting competition on Earth, Dead or Alive!
The developers use the 3D effect nicely for the cutscenes, and sparingly for the actual gameplay. It doesn't seem to make your eyes bug out and want to jump out of your head and run away screaming to the safety of a 2D Dreamcast. It slightly enhances the gameplay, giving it some 3D depth, especially in the backgrounds, but the game is just as good if you turn the slider all the way down and play it in 2D. In fact, for longer periods of combat, it's probably even better.
Drink to that.
Get ready, fight!
If you're not familiar with the Dead or Alive series, the combat feels a lot like Virtua Fighter meets Tekken. The fighting style is based on quick movements and button combos rather than circular movements with the joystick or outlandish finishing moves. You'll want to play the game with the D-pad, although it does work with the analog stick. It is far better with the D-pad on the 3DS. It's good for those who are impatient because there's very short loading times. It should be noted that Dead or Alive Dimensions comes packed with a variety of different gameplay modes. It seems like they've really gone out of their way to make this a substantial fighting game. You get an arcade mode, which you can play through with the different characters, unlock new characters and outfits and stuff. There is a storyline mode, which seems like somebody said, hey, we need to make up a storyline to fit a fighting game. Okay. There's a throwdown mode where Bobby Flay comes from out of nowhere and cooks you a steak, and a variety of different versus modes. You can host your own local game or compete online. Not to mention a ridiculous and completely useless photo mode, where the developers show they have not lost their touch for admiring cleavage. Rock on, I just beat the arcade mode again, and have unlocked some new stuff as well as set a new time record. It's all about how quickly you can plow through the enemy weaklings. There's a decent array of characters in the game, and while Dead or Alive Dimensions is the kind of fighting game you can play with button mashing up to a point, if you're going to play the hardest mode or compete against a friend who's really good at fighting games, you'll need to learn your defensive tactics as well. But all in all, this is a really solid release. And note that you can use the lower screen to help learn the moves while you're playing. In some of the cutscenes, the characters use telekinesis to speak to each other.
Ayane, why are you here? Why do you think I'm here, traitor? To kill you, of course. Father's orders. That's why I got this. Genra sent you?
But you're not buying this game for the storyline. It's Dead or Alive Dimensions for the Nintendo 3DS.